Coming up on the drop zone, Cap.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
You know, if you ask Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy.
Was he wearing a parachute?
No. No, he wasn't.
You are Captain America.
Yep.
You are the Black Widow. You are idealistic. You are cynical.
Mm-hmm.
You are earnest. You are sarcastic. You are massive. You are tiny. You are very good at punching, and you are very good at kicking. Now, I think, bit of a fit. Why don't you two get it together?
Oh, I see. You've got like a Lego situation going on there. Right.
Lego,
yeah.
like the building blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the building blocks.
Yeah.
Why don't we get it together?
Yeah, go on.
Well, you trying to force us to get together?
Not right now.
These
That
are
would
not
be
the
creepy. I mean,
Look,
in the
you know
film,
what, it's
like, build a relationship.
These aren't things that you can force. You know, you need time to build this kind of a thing.
I see.
And these, you know this. You know this. We talked about this before. We've never met before. But honestly,
As if that needed pointing out.
these two characters they could never exist in a romantic way, I think, because I think in some ways all of those things that you pointed out are, you know, opposites, that's for sure, but they're also kind of almost too similar in a weird way. You know, I think they are on a similar kind of journey, and they're certainly in a similar part of their life. I mean, at the end of this film, they're both having a kind of a crisis of identity, which I've heard is not the best place to start a relationship from.
I'm here to ask a favor. I want you to call for a vote. Project Insight has to be delayed.
Nick, it's not a favor, that's a subcommittee hearing, a long one.
Could be nothing, probably is nothing. I just need time to make sure it's nothing.
Fine. But you gotta get Iron Man to stop by my niece's birthday party.
Thank you, sir.
Not just a flyby. He's gotta mingle.
So, Nick Fury, it's his responsibility to make sure all these superheroes kind of keep the world safe.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that that's his responsibility. It's his desire that they do that. And there's something about him or something in his personality that allows him to persuade them to do things that I don't think a lot of people could get them to do.
Could you expand on what techniques he might possess?
I have no idea.
Oh, I see.
He uses deception, he uses lies, panders to their vanities, depending upon which one we're talking about. He's pretty much figured out a way to get people to do what he needs them to do.
Does he ever get people like small baskets of muffins?
I doubt that.
Whoa! Hey, Cap! I found those bad guys you were talking about.
You okay?
I'm not dead yet.
New characters.
Yes.
Could you explain very briefly, like 140 characters sort of thing, who your characters are and what's your motivation?
I'm Sam Wilson, otherwise known as Badass with Wings, and my motivation is to take down the Winter Soldier to help my friend, Captain America.
And I am the Winter Soldier, a brainwashed, desensitized weapon, and my motivation is to kill whatever the target is, and this target is...
Too much.
Captain America. 140 characters.
So you've both starred on Broadway, and now in this film you're more like mixed martial arts stars half the time. How difficult a transition was that, I mean, and how enjoyable?
I don't know, we were just saying a little bit ago, I felt like just the nature of having to do the same thing every night and go in front of people like every single night, and the fact that you can't, you know, yell cut or stop no matter what happens, you just gotta go out there and do it. I feel like once you survive that, you sort of kind of feel like you can take on anything, you know.
In terms of the action in this film, what was the trickiest stuff to get down?
The whole thing has to look spontaneous, but it's actually completely carefully constructed.
I would say flying.
One final question. How do you keep those costumes clean? Because you must sweat in them quite a lot, and then you've got to fight the next day.
I don't know if they do.
I don't think they're that clean.
I don't think they are.
No, I think they're probably
Like
they
I
get
leave,
pretty gross.
I leave like gum in my pockets
And
and I
it's
come
still
back,
there?
it's still there. I'm like, you didn't clean this.
No, I don't think it's like a lot of Febreze. I think they just spray it with stuff and then they pretend that they cleaned it, but they don't really.